What is going on, guys? It's your boy LOZA. Today we're looking at my Dark Magician deck for February 2022 post-Banlist, post-Bark support. So naturally we're going to have Illusion of Chaos in there. Here he is in all his glory. Let's look at the rest of the list now. Alright, you can see I got Dark Magician. How many I got though? I got 2. Red Eyes, we still got 1. Timaeus, I'm playing it at 1. It's okay. Apprentice Illusion Magician, yeah, she's still in here at 1. She's okay. Dark Magician Girl, yeah, I know I played a lot of mana, but I've kind of come back to playing Dark Magician Girl. I do like her effect with Salvation a lot. It's pretty damn good, so I won't complain. Magician's Rod is still in here at, you guessed it, 3. 2 Effect Veiler, kind of random, but we'll get to that a bit later. Magician Souls, still in here at 3. You gotta play them. Illusion of Chaos is, of course, in here at 3. 1 Magicalized Fusion. 1 Monster Reborn. Prep at 3 for now. Still rocking the triple ref, baby. I'm always rocking that triple ref. Engage at 1. Terraforming at 1. Upstart, we at 1. Still, wish it was Master Duel where we had 3, but hey. Eagle Booster, we got that bad boy. Hornet Drones, still at 1. Soul Servant, you know we're playing 3 of the best Dark Magician spell. 1 Circle, yep, I'm still on it. 1 Salvation. You only really need 1. 1 Secret Village. You got Terraforming though, so you kind of got 2. 1 Eternal Soul. You got Salvation though, so you kind of got 2. And finally, triple Skill Drain. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, Konami, for this card. This is a crazy card. Yes, we could probably play a more control style deck because of Skill Drain coming back to 3. But I'm just going to keep trying to play Dragoon Turbo with Skill Drain in it for now. Now, one card I have missed is Soravis, and I'm just going to sneak him in now. This guy is a beautiful little sort of second Called by the Grave. Actually, I don't have Called by the Grave either. God damn, I missed so many cards. Alright, we got Called by the Grave and Soravis in there now. Now, both of these cards, I would say, are essential to the deck. Protecting Anaconda, protecting your F. You love to see them. They're just good cards. Now, you can see the deck's of 42 cards, and that's a problem, especially since I also want to play this engine. Normally when I give you guys a deck profile, I give you like, what I think is the best, but today I really just can't decide. We don't know what the new format will be like, so it's hard to know what hand traps to play, but here's what I wanted to try. Someone in the comments mentioned Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, because 1, it's a Psychic Tuner, and 2, it's a pretty decent hand trap against Sword Soul, which will still be the meta deck, or the main meta deck to play for, I think. And of course, Emergency TP lets us just summon it out for free. Not to mention Emergency TP is a spell that can be ashed. So it's 1, it's a bait for ref and all that jazz. 2, you can send it off Magician Souls to draw if it's a brick or something. 3, you can just use 2 of these. It's not once per turn. So you can just use 2 of these and go into a Hulk play, go into an Anaconda play. Like, it's just good. But you can see we're now at 47 cards. Yikes. I'll let you guys pick what you want to cut out of the build and what you don't want to play. Unfortunately, you can see there's just so many things going on here, and I really can't narrow it down just yet. I'm not going to play 47 cards. Don't get me wrong. Don't think I'm playing 47. I will need to cut things. The Dogmatica engine is gone. Nadir got put to 2. I can't be bothered playing Nadir at 2. Nadir's a crazy card. I'm not going to play it if it's a 2. I'm sticking to Striker and Dark Magician. Maybe the Striker engine could come out, but you can see how many spells we have in the grave now that bait Ash, and Engage also baits Ash. So I really want to play all these spells because they all help you to either bait Ash for ref or to get draws in grave for Engage. So like, man, it's really hard to pick what to cut. Maybe you guys could help me down in the comments. Let me know what I should cut and what you would play. But with that out of the way, let's look at the extra deck. Quintet Magician. This card is crazy. It is a blowout card for like, sacking your opponent with Magicalized Fusion, sending 5 different named spellcasters from grave to banish. When you pull it off, it's an anime moment and you kind of win the game off it. It doesn't come up that much, but I don't mind it as a backup if both our Dragoons have been out and like we're just kind of on the brink. This card can save you. Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. I do love this card. A lot of people think I hate it. I don't. There's no way to summon it properly, to be honest. It's really hard to summon. We can obviously summon it now with the new Timaeus. It still seems a little slow, and it uses 3 cards. It's kind of the same as Secrets. It's a little bit easier, but Timaeus can be impermed or veiled, and everyone's playing those, so yikes. Our beautiful boy Dragoon. He survived another ban list. He's here in all his glory. He looks spectacular on Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega. He didn't look too great on Master Duel, did he? Anyway, I'm always playing 2 Dragoon. Magicalized Fusion with Ref, just absolutely incredible. Another boss monster for the deck, we've got Access Code Talker. So far we've had 4 boss monsters. It's a pretty boss monster heavy extra deck. Man, speaking of boss monsters, here's our slightly smaller boss monster. He's our Link 3, so if we can't push for Anaconda, like if Anaconda's negated, or if we can't push for any other play like Selene, sometimes we can go into the Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, and this card can win you some matchups against, say, Eldritch. If you manage to get an attack off and increase this guy to 45 attack, your opponent can't really beat over that with an Eldritch deck. So, I do like Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. It's a little situational, but I don't mind it as a backup for when stuff goes wrong. Selene. Now, Selene's kind of the other Link 3 option, and she's a little easier to summon since it's just 2 monsters for her summon, and it has to include a spellcaster. Naturally, we've got a lot of spellcasters, so this is a fairly easy requirement to fulfill. I always forget this card, and now I need to cut something for it. I'm sorry, I'm cutting Quintet. I know I mentioned Quintet right at the start, but Quintet is gone now. Alright, Hulk. Hulk is the card that lets us get into Selene, lets us get into that access code for free, essentially. You do need to play Effect Veiler with this, so that's why I am playing the Effect Veiler. That's why this is here. Obviously, you can make Hulk off the emergency teleport summoning Ghost Ogre, and that's why it's going to be so easy going second to make Hulk plays now. The problem with that is you still need to play Effect Veiler, and if we're playing 3 Skill Drain, the Effect Veilers feel kind of pointless. I mean, they're still good for going second, so don't count it out just yet. Dark the Dark Charmer, the card I keep forgetting to put in lists. I'm so sorry, I just always forget it exists. This is a power crap Wee Witch. No one should be playing Wee Witch. If I see Wee Witch in people's decks, I'm gonna scream. That card sucks. Dark the Dark Charmer is a way better version of that. It still has her effect where you can add a Dark back when it dies. Cool, it's probably not going to happen, but it might. The main effect is target a monster in your opponent's graveyard that's dark and summon it to a zone this points to. That lets you go into Selene, which lets you go in access code. So kind of like Hulk, but a little easier to summon, but situational, like the opponent has to have a dark in the grave. But most decks play dark, so you should be all good. The star of the deck, or more like the playmaker of the deck. If Dragoon's the big boss, this man is definitely his support. He's the man setting him up. I love you, Anaconda. Thank you for not getting banned. Sucked in everyone who thought it was getting banned. You're an absolute chimp. You're an absolute animal for assuming they would take this away from us. We are the best deck. We cannot lose our green Anaconda. Thank you very much. I'm still rocking the Striker engine, so here's one Kagari. And the one Kana. Once again, the only 2 Striker cards you want to play. If anyone tells you to play any other Striker cards, say, Waffenkulo. Link Spider, my absolute man. The amount of times this helps me loop Dark Magician with Eternal Soul and Circle, it's just too many. It's too many. He makes so many plays. He's a good boy. Your other target for looping Dark Magician is Imduck. He's a dragon as well, which means with Magicalized Fusion, you can easily make Dragoon with just Magician Souls and Magicalized, which is a lot more common now because of Illusion of Chaos. Absolutely crazy. Not to mention, he helps you just loop Dark Magician with Eternal Soul once again. He can even help you make Anaconda, since you can turn Dark Magician into an effect monster along with your Link Spider. And how could I leave the best card till last? Artemis, the Moon Maiden. Now, we had a whole bunch of boss monsters from our extra deck at the start, and now we're getting to the smaller guys. These are the supporting pieces of the deck. Artemis is what makes Magician's Rod so good. It makes Magician's Rod come back every turn. You can see there's a price tag, 20 bucks over here. Honestly, this card is like $20. It's crazy. I think it's 30 now even. This card in the decks that it's good in is great. And the decks it's good in isn't Magitus, or however you say that, ironically. It's great in Invoked, and it's great in Dark Magician. Big thank to the Magistus archetype. We will forever take your Link 1s. But also, Konami, give us a Dark Magician Link 1, alright? Come on. Mimic Rod effect. That's all you gotta do. Just give it. Give it now. Take it out of the vault and give it to us. Alright, the extra deck. Now, we don't know what the format's gonna be yet, but I imagine it's still gonna be a lot of the same decks. A lot of Sword Soul. We've got Nibiru. Do you need Nibiru? Not necessarily. I like to play big blowout hand traps in this deck, though, since we can't really afford to play the little ones. I know we're playing little ones here, but they're mainly extenders for emergency teleport or Hulk. Chalice. Now, this could be Forbidden Droplet. I just put this here because it's a cheap budget option. This card is like 50 cents and Droplets is like $100. So by all means, play your Droplets instead of this. I think Droplets way better since it can target things like Dragoon. I know it doesn't target. You know what I mean. Don't roast me in the comments, for fuck's sake. We all know what I mean. You can select a card with droplets. Chalice cannot target Dragoon, but Chalice will still do the job 90% of the time, so Chalice is still fine. Chalice and Ref will win you a lot of games, wins you the Sword Soul matchup. You'll love to see it. Mystic Mine. If anyone goes super, super wide and you can somehow manage to get Mine on the field, great. You can then activate your Ref. Ref summons Dragoon. Dragoon goes pop, pop. Dragoon can swing into that last monster for game, or if it's not quite game, cool. You can put Salvation, set on the field, get rid of the Mine, flip Salvation. Cool. Now you've outed your own Mine. Now you can swing at them for game. Easy peasy. Sometimes that's all you need to do. And honestly, Mystic Mine and Ref win games the same way Chalice and Ref win games. See all three and just go ham. We got an extra copy of Village here. Only one copy because I figure the others, like you got Terraforming in the main and one in the main, so you've kind of got three of them anyway. Bricking on this card sucks, and opening this card when you don't have a spellcaster also sucks. So I wouldn't even mind if you played this at 2. If you played this at 2, I wouldn't blame you. Like, I'm playing 2 in the main with Terraforming, you could say. I think that's fine. Alright, we're playing a big blowout card, kind of like Nibiru, but better, you could say. Here to beat those weird, annoying decks, you know? Like Flunder, when they set up their big-ass board, you can just get the... You can bait and negate, or you can just clear their board. It's great. Eldritch, once again, force them to flip Judgment, or force them to just lose their board. Like, it just wins you games or forces big negates. You'll love to see it. And the final card is Torrential Tribute. The reason it's not in the main, I wanted to main it, but with 3 skill drain and Village to kind of protect the skill drain from being board wiped, it's kind of hard to main deck this as well, which destroys your field, which destroys your spellcasters. I think this card's very good, don't get me wrong. This card's amazing in Dark Magician. I'm playing it in my Master Duel deck along with 3 skill drain. But here where we have Ref and Dragoon and all that shit, I don't know. It's definitely easier to play because Dragoon won't die, and that means Village won't die. So by all means, you can main deck this. I just felt it clashed a little bit with Village. So I'd probably like side out Village for these and vice versa if, you know, need be. But Torrential's such a good card because no one can play around it. Like, what deck can play around Torrential? Not many. Every deck has to summon to get somewhere, more or less. If you happen to verse Eldritch, yeah, sure, okay, maybe you don't want Torrential Tribute. But anyway, the point is, Torrential Tribute, amazing card. Please main deck or side it, or just give it a try one time, see if you like it. We can trigger it with Eternal Soul summoning Dark Magician. It's just easy to trigger. You can also activate Rod to tribute Dark Magician, add Rod back to hand. Torrential Tribute will still activate and nuke the board. So that's just kind of incredible. Alright, thank you very much, guys, for watching. This is my kind of deck profile. I'm sorry I didn't narrow it down to 40 cards. Help me do that, and maybe I'll put up a second video with everyone's suggestions, and we'll see how the deck looks after that. Thanks very much. Have a good night, and hit that motherfucking subscribe.